what's going on, everybody? It's Reckless here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about landing in Warzone, how to work as a team, and overall, what you can do to put yourself in the best situation to win Warzone games. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. And as you guys know, I stream weekly on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I will stream the other days if I get the YouTube videos done. So be sure to head over to twitch.tv/reckless. Give it a follow. You'll be notified when I go live. If you want to be linked up on the other socials, all those links are below. So feel free to give those a look. Thank you. All right, so let's just go ahead and just, for starters, let's pull up the map of Verdansk. And I'm going to do my best to go over this for you guys. I know this was a question that came up. What's the best places to land to increase your chances of winning? From my point of view, it's not really about where you land, but it's about how you play from that point. Because almost at any given point, you can land anywhere, but when you land in that specific spot, there's a few things that you need to pay attention to. So first of all, on landing, if you're landing in a spot where there's a scavenger, a bounty, a most wanted, sometimes most wanted isn't as bad. But if you're landing where there's a scavenger, there's definitely going to be another team flying in with you. So if you have a scavenger and you land near it, you're definitely going to be fighting with pistols off the spot, off the bat, unless you're really far away. But anytime I've landed with a scavenger contract, it's been pretty brutal. There's at least one other team there that you have to fight. And same for a bounty. Bounties are pretty popular because you can land. You can snag them. They're my personal favorite because sometimes they're not as heavily contested. But there will be teams in the area trying to snag some too if there's multiple. You can pick one up off the rip. Most of the time your bounty will die before you even have to do anything, so it's like free money. And it's not as big as a threat as scavenger. So any place that you land, just keep that in mind. If a scavenger contract is there, there's going to be another team there that wants that scavenger contract. And that other team, typically whenever you play people that go for scavenger contracts, they're a team that is not very aggressive, and they will sit back and wait you out. So these are kind of things that you have to think of. Now, depending on your play style, if you're going for the win, if you have a good fire team, you could land Superstore 110%. There's nothing wrong with landing Superstore. People don't like Superstore because a lot of people go there. But there's been multiple times where I've went Boneyard, I've gone here, I've gone hospital, downtown, and I fight as many people as I fight at Superstore. It's just a spot. Yes, it's popular with major streamers, but again, it's not like it's a giant tombstone for your character. You can go in there, you can frag out. Superstore has tons of money, tons of perks. Typically has a buy station right here, outside under the parking area, outside at gas, or over at a cop station. So if you're good at Call of Duty, do not be scared to land at Superstore. It is a very good landing spot. Now beyond that, one spot that I would not recommend anybody to land if you want to try to win is Boneyard. The reason I say that is because Boneyard is Rat City. You see all these, it's all open, right? So you have all this open with some buildings, but you have all these little tubes that people can kind of be in. It's just like little pipes for rats to hide in. So I would not land here. I hate landing Boneyard. One of my favorite places to land outside of Superstore, Promenade. Promenade is very good. Typically, if there's no contracts down here, you won't get a lot of action. Because a lot of people like to land in here. I don't like this area because of rooftops. But this area right here isn't too bad. The Promenade West is a pretty good landing spot. This is risky business, the hills here, because a lot of people like to land here. Very tight quarters, so this is almost like a true PUBG. You find a weapon and you win type of scenario here with how close these houses are. You go into one house, you don't have it, and somebody is in their house and they hear, and they get like a MP9 or something, they're coming right in your building. Downtown, going on to downtown. This is a very bad area, in my opinion. You get a lot of people that sit on rooftops and are very patient. So if you're an aggressive player, do not land downtown. And if you're trying to win, don't land downtown. It is not good. Farmland, I've had a good success at farmland too, as long as there's no contracts out there. You just need a vehicle, because sometimes the circle is going to pull away from you. So like farmland and lumberyard, very good spots to land. Again, check the contracts, but there's good loot, good money at those locations. You just need a car. Going over to the last one, one of my favorite places to land. Can get a little annoying if a team lands back here, but at the quarry. Quarry has as much, if not more money than Atlas Superstore. So if you land here, again, look out for your contracts. There's normally a ton of bounties here, so you can get bounty, tons of money, fight the teams that are here, and then start to move in. Just pay attention to circle because it is on the edge. Very good landing spot there. Now, when you are on the ground, in regards to like your team, right? I'm doing this based on squad gameplay because I know a lot of the viewers. We have play in squads. Solos is a very straightforward thing. If you want to know how to win, you land somewhere not crazy, so you can save your gulag. You get a car, you drive to center of circle, and you sit in a building. That's all there is to solos. That's how you win solos. It's a very boring game mode because everybody else is doing the same thing. They're sitting in buildings waiting for people to rotate in. Now, if you're playing as a squad, the key thing is to stick together. Take a shot when you know you have a shot, and you can kill somebody and confirm the kill. Because if you're shooting somebody just to knock them, and you can't confirm it, you're giving your position away to your entire team. And there could be another team that was behind you didn't know about, they didn't know about you, bam, sniper shot or AR shot, and then they're coming to fight you as you're trying to engage the other team. So, in a squad format, definitely be careful of your shots. When you're rotating and driving a vehicle, if you're ever driving a vehicle, make sure you have the trophy system on it, because a C4 pack can blow that car right out of the water. And then, back to the squads again. When you have somebody with you, your team, make sure you are within the vicinity of each other. You don't have to be packed in tight, because the more packed in tight you are, the less you're going to be able to respond to another gunfight. But like somewhere between like 50 meters with each other. Like if one guy gets melted and they can't see you because you're 50 meters away, you have the angle on that guy and then you can knock him. But you do not want to be spread across the map. Like, say you're in downtown, right? You don't want like one teammate to be here in this building, and then your other teammate to be like over here at the buy station. And then you're running down here looting something, and you thought they were behind you, but they're sitting back here, like looking out this building or something, like looking for shots, and you're down here, and then you get down, and then your teammates tries to late rotate. At this point, it would be better for your teammate just to sit up there, but you can't be spread apart in Warzone, because Warzone can sometimes be a team shooting game. Yeah, you can flank a team and drop 3 yourself, but most of the time when you run into a squad, sometimes there's 3, 2, depending on your duos, trio squads. All those guys could be face up with you because they're running close together. So as your squad, it's important for you guys to always be together. And I can't stress how important it is to get your loadout right away. And if you do get your loadouts right away, get Ghost. But if you guys want to run overkill, make sure it's like a mutual agreement, so you guys all have overkill. That way nobody is on the radar themselves. Because if somebody's running, 3 people are running Ghost, the 4th guy's running overkill and he doesn't say it, and everybody thinks they're off the radar, then you're going to have an issue. But Ghost is kind of a necessity to stay off the map from people that are hunting aggressive with UAVs. Now that you guys are kind of on the map, you're established, you got your landing spot, you've got your tactic together, you know how you're going to engage the enemy, you know how you're going to move through the map. If you want to know where that map is going from this point on, you could go pick up recon contracts. Those are the ones with the flags. You want to go grab those because the more that you complete, the more that you'll get a circle peak. So rather than having to wait for each circle to close, you can get that recon contract. Complete it, you get money for it and loot, sometimes satchels. It'll give you an award for your team as you complete those contracts. The more circle peaks you get, obviously, the more that you're going to be able to see, okay, circle is going to be pulling here. Or if you get like a really good final circle, you get a few recons down, you can go, okay, it's ending at, it's going to end right here on top of this building. We're going to go here. Very good spot, to put yourself in to win the game. If it was ending here, you're on top of the building. Other teams would have to run up here or land on you with a helicopter. It's just another aspect to help you win the game. Now, places to avoid as you're rotating in if you're trying to avoid fights. Try to avoid downtown as much as possible. Because like I stated, people will be on rooftops. There's a lot of people that sit in rooftops in downtown. Same for hospital. People will sit on top of hospital quite a bit. These places you can typically promenade. As long as you're smart about your movement and your placement through here, you only have a few tall buildings to worry about along the road. All these guys here. But as long as you're smart, there's smaller buildings you can kind of go through along the road to protect yourself from fire. Going over to here, this block. You don't necessarily have to avoid it, but these things right here, these are very tall buildings with good edge peaks for people. They can be very hard to get people off of these buildings. And again, Boneyard. I can't stress how much I hate that place. Out of all those places, though, I'd say downtown and hospital and the block are the places that I avoid the most. Just because it's like a camping site for a ton of people as they wait for circles to rotate in. But if you guys have any more questions related to Warzone tactics, how you should win, I really think landing at a site, like to summarize it all up, your list is going to be landing at a site that doesn't really have a lot of scavenger or bounty contracts. The bounty contract is kind of a lower tier, it's fine. But if you can land at a spot with a recon contract, you might be better off. So try to find a spot to land at with a recon contract so you can start to get all your intel. Secondly, after you land, make sure your entire team stays together. You don't have one guy landing 200 meters away over there, another guy 150 meters. As you guys move through and loot, make sure you're all tight together, especially in the beginning. It's critical to get your trades off in the beginning, because sometimes that's when other teams might be split. So stick together as a team. 3, get your loadout as soon as you can, so you can either get your good guns for overkill, which would be like a submachine gun and an AR, or an AR and a sniper. And I guess this would be 4. When your team has a shot on somebody, make sure it's a kill shot and not just a knock shot where you can't confirm the kill, because that's not helping anybody. The other team knows you're there. It might open you up to another team to shoot you that you didn't even know was behind you. And it's going to put your team in a world of hurt at that point, unless you're able to handle both teams, which you can do, but those chances are pretty low after you've already ticked one team off. So going from there, as I stated in the beginning, the recon contract, grab that. Furthermore, get more as you're rotating in to get those circle peaks. And if you're driving around the map in a car, make sure you have the trophy system. That way your car can't get blown up. So those are all my tips and tricks for you to win your games in Warzone. There's really not that much to it. It's just playing smart, landing smart, working as a team, and moving to final circle. A lot of Call of Duty, kind of the Warzone stuff, has kind of focused on, I gotta get high kills, and that will drive a team to themselves to get killed because they're pushing too hard. Now, probably that's the way that I like to play, is just to go for all the kills because it's more fun. I really don't care about getting the Warzone victory, just as long as I can provide an entertaining stream. to you guys, that's really what I aim for. But if you are going for a win, you definitely want money, loadout, vehicle with a trophy, recon contracts to get circle peak. Don't engage any other enemy teams unless you have the kills on them to knock them out and confirm kills. And just get to that final circle peak wherever that's at. Get in there with the vehicle, hang out, hold that building down, get any teams rotating in. And that's about it. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It's nothing too crazy, but this is what was asked from some subscribers to the channel, to make a video on where to land, what contracts to grab, what to avoid, areas to avoid on the map, and overall how to win solo, duo, squad, or trio games. I think those are the methods to success right there. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good one.